I'm Dan.
And I'm Austin.
And we are here to play games.
As side quests.
Yes, welcome to Xenosaga Episode 1, Der Villas are mocked, the side quest edition.
And probably some plot too.
Probably a little bit. Yeah, we're back here. I have gone through and done a couple of things, but basically we're going to be finishing up some side quests in this episode. So I have gone through and I've upped some stats and done a little bit of shopping. I think I still have Xion with Neo Armor Beta, and that should be fine for now. We do have upgraded armor units. This is Kos-mos's best armor unit. Got the Neo Armor Alpha on Junior. I may pull the shield armor for Xion, actually. I do have a new weapon for Momo, the Saint Rod. And Junior has his cross, his second best guns at the moment. The other thing to report is I've gone through and I've upgraded Eggs units. The AG-05, the only upgrade I've really been able to do is put some big guns on it. And it can use boost with the BMAX circuit. Very simple setup. And then all the other Eggs units you can see have upgraded frame HP and D-power. I believe these are the maximum levels for each of the Eggs units. So as you can tell, the AG-05 has twice the HP of the second highest one, the AG-04.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I do have Xion in it, and we'll be demonstrating the use of the AG-05 here shortly. The other thing
and the Ode Kaiser.
Yeah, we are going to be demonstrating that as well. The other thing I have done is I've gone ahead and grabbed the best standard armor, the Tektron clothes, which is 38 defense. In general, it's not really necessary to have this if you get all the other good stuff like the shield armor, the armor beta, that kind of stuff. If you get the special stuff, it is going to be a little bit better for you, but it is nice to have for sure.
Yeah.
And then I am going to switch her back to Search Eyes, I think, and just give her
That's a good idea.
The shield armor.
So yeah, the plan today is to cover any remaining side quests before we go into the final dungeon, the Proto Merkabah.
Exactly.
So we have an optional boss for you to enjoy, as well as a unique enemy, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yep. We are going to be doing that first. For the speed shoes for now. There's a fair amount of extracting I can still do from skills, so we may end up doing that for the next episode, just to kind of run through stuff, but it's good to get a few of these things out of the way, particularly the optional boss, and we are in pretty good shape. But first, we don't need to save here. What we need to do is go into the EVS, because we are going to fight the optional enemy first. And the optional enemy is on the Utic battleship.
Oh, okay.
So there is a lower level version of this enemy. We're going to be fighting the upgraded one. It's the same exact fight, really, but it's kind of nice to be able to fight the upgraded one, the really strong one. Also, this enemy respawns. So yeah, you can leave the EVS, come back in, and you'll be able to fight them again.
Would that be good for like experience farming or anything like that?
It can be. I believe I'm going the right way here. No, I think I need to go over again. Yeah, it can be. The question is how efficient it is, because it is kind of a tougher enemy.
Right.
But if you can take it out quickly, which of course we can because we have Ode Kaiser. So if you just want to come in and smack it with Ode Kaiser and kill it, and here he is. This is Ace Pilot.
This is gonna be fun.
So he's not bad for the very beginning of the fight here. So I just blast him with Spell Ray here.
Interesting. Wasn't expecting just a random human to be a tough enemy.
Well.
Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense.
So,
Then Gareth.
8,500 HP. I'm gonna go ahead and Psycho Pocket, see if we can get anything from it. Ring Repair Z, okay. I believe you can get a Fast Circuit 25 from Din Gareth. Not overly concerned about that at the moment. So we're gonna use this battle to demonstrate the ultimate Aegis unit. So we're gonna have She on board. And
It's so big.
kind of gigantic, yeah.
It's just a walking tank at that point.
Pretty much.
But his is so much larger. That's crazy.
Yep. Can't remember if this even does respectable damage to this guy.
We'll find out in a second.
Okay, it's alright.
Well, don't know if I want to classify it as respectable, but it is damage.
It's definitely damage.
Nice.
Haha. Okay. Let's use the F scythe.
I like that there's a segment address in this arena.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Okay, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. We're just gonna do our standard guard and then W act. But as you can tell, you recover 600 HP with every guard with the guard recovery on.
Is this Aegis just like squatting? Is that why it's so like low to the ground?
Moonlit Serenade's the way to go on this guy. Yeah, pretty much.
That would be a weird position to default to.
Yep. Yeah, this thing is kind of gigantic here.
Yeah.
Let's see how well we do with W act. Not bad.
Oh my gosh.
Not bad at all.
Excellent.
And now we can double Moonlit Serenade, so putting out some pretty decent damage with everybody on this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So speaking of segment addresses, we have 2 more to find, right?
Yep, two
To complete
remain.
the list.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we found one of the doors of the 2, but we haven't found the decoder. Or maybe the opposite of that.
I think it's the opposite. I think we have a decoder, but we haven't found the door because I believe the final 2 segment addresses are in the last dungeon.
Okay. So the last decoder will probably be in the last dungeon as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I'm actually going to move her back to on foot, and I will show you why momentarily. Oh! Ow!
Stop it.
Ouch! So here's what we're gonna do. Let's finish this.
Why fight legitimately when we can just summon the Megazord from Xenogears?
Get a whole scene.
I mean, I know it's not exactly the one from Xenogears, but it is awful close to the same cinematic
You
style.
talking about the G elements?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's similar.
Very, very similar.
Bet you can't anticipate what's coming next.
A giant saber. What the heck?
You got part of it.
It is a saber, but like,
Yup.
who's the woman
I don't know.
we're like supposedly channeling here?
No idea.
Well, it's a moon, so I'm gonna go with The Kaguya or Tsukiyomi.
There you go. So
Wow.
yeah,
Thought one of Miyuki's inventions would come in
that
handy.
that does 9999 damage every time. Yeah.
This is also why you could probably one-hit that secondary boss, but we're going to try not to do that.
Oh, right. That's exactly right. So we're not going to be one-shotting the hardest boss with that. We're going to try to fight it without doing Erde Kaiser. But it is nice to have. So I am probably going to do some re-equipping of Xion. But as you can tell, Din Gareth is a decent fight. You can take the ultimate eggs against it. You can just kind of blast it with ether attacks. And again, the steals are all right from it. It's nothing to write home about. I think the other one is a Fast Circuit 25, which we have a few of. The other thing we're going to need to get is the Fast Circuit 50, but we'll be able to get that before too long here.
Gotcha. That's an interesting, unique enemy to just have in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of re-equipping here. Let's make sure... Does he have All Guard? No.
So, a question for our viewers as you've been watching through all of this. Which part of the story... Okay, let me start over. Just start over.
Just start over, yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of two different questions. One, who is your favorite character so far in the story? And the second question is, what has been your favorite side mission stuff that you've seen? Personally, my favorite is the professor. Probably both character and side quest, because he's just so obnoxious. There's little tippy tappies and the yelling and the invincible robots, you know.
He is very fun.
He is. So, non-party member, I think, might be the way to clarify that, because all the party members are cool, and, you know, if you tell us who your favorite party member is, that's cool, but, like, why is it Kos-mos? No, I'm just kidding.
That's true, though.
She is an interesting one. I would like to learn more about why her eyes turn blue and what's going on internally there.
Well, stay tuned. We'll definitely be covering that, that's for sure, in this series.
Well, good.
Okay, I'm going to give him, just in case he needs to do hyper mode here, that is an option we have. It may be a very good one for this fight. And then I'm going to give her... we don't need this. Actually, the scope will be good to have. So instead of the life stone, because if she ends up with low health, we have a bigger problem here. But I think we're good. Okay. So we are all prepared here. I'm going to save, but we need to go back to the Durandal to deal with the optional boss. So we're going to save, and then we're going to head up there.
Sounds good.
This boss, I don't believe, has any steals. Let me double check.
No.
But why?
I don't know.
Okay. Is one item that I believe drops, but we'll just throw a Psycho Pocket in, see if we can steal it. Just to make sure we get it. And
gives you a potion.
Gives you a potion, yes. We get an actual potion.
Yeah. Wait a minute, why is this here? This is the wrong game.
We get an X potion. A key
No,
potion.
it's too good. It's got to be like the most mundane item ever that you can steal from this super hard boss.
We get a med kit.
Yeah.
Launchpad. But yeah. What was your question? Favorite character?
Yeah, so favorite character, and I think I'm specifying non-party character, but you can share your favorite character, party character as well.
Sure.
And then like your favorite side mission so far.
Speaking just of episode 1?
Yes. Yeah. So far being the conclusion there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we haven't played 2 and we haven't gotten beyond here.
So favorite non-party character, it's kind of a tie. Miyuki and the Professor.
Miyuki's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And then as for quests, I mean, Erdekaiser kind of just has to take it. The whole Professor quest is just so good. But I have the benefit of knowing about the sequel quest in episode 2 for the Professor, which is just excellent as well. So
Right. I mean, it's the Professor. It must be.
it must be. Whoops.
Professor and Assistant Scott.
Assistant. His name isn't Scott. It's Assistant Scott.
That's right. Just like Professor's name is just Professor.
Exactly. Small correction to something I said in the last episode, by the way. We have 50 of the 51 emails. There was one email, I think, back on Waglende, which we did not get, just because it was kind of a random junk mail kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it was a junk mail, and it was like so far out of the way that it was not worth it.
Right. We have to like go all the way back and stuff. What's the game room?
There's a lot more people on the ship now, which makes sense given all the evacuation.
Yeah, the Foundation was getting evacuated. Okay, yeah. So we gotta go.
Whoa, why are you kicking people?
I just gotta kick people.
Well, no, the kid. Like, you walking by and it looked like they were literally kicking the person in the shins.
The kid has to kick people in the shin. They have to shin people in the kick.
That's right.
Okay, so
There
the
we
room
go.
the room you want is the one with the gray shop terminal here. We have to set the lead character to Junior, or this boss
interesting.
does not spawn. And I believe we're in good shape. Let me actually swap Kos-mos once again back to her single target. Could use X-Chain, I guess. Oh.
Have we shown off our dragon yet?
Not yet. We will, though.
All right. Excellent. Looking forward to that.
And I think Lost Symphony, Moonlit Serenade will be a fine setup here. Lunar Blade, Spell Ray, Shock Blade. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, which reminds me. I guess it was a couple episodes ago now.
Mm-hmm.
When we were fighting that enemy and you were confused why Lunar Blade only did damage one time.
Right, yep.
It's because we have discovered, or I've realized as I was editing that episode, Lunar Blade is a beam attack, so it's not considered physical, which was the caveat that particular enemy needed, was physical attacks. So I don't know. It's an invisible beam she uses with the weapon, I guess, is how that pans out. But
Exactly. That's fine. Just give her some utility skills since we're not using Erdekaiser in this fight. All right. And I think we're in good shape, so... There he is.
whoa.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, well, thanks for the crotch shot, I guess. Great Joe.
Great Joe.
What?
Great Joe is
Is this
here.
Is it like Big Joe's parallel cousin?
Something like that. Legally distinct Big Joe has arrived.
Oh, I'm here for it. A boy gunman. You know what awaits you if you are defeated in a gunfight, boy? And you still dare to challenge me?
Bring it on.
Well, this should be somewhat entertaining. Time to die, boy.
All right.
Disabling
Well,
auto-
what? Why are you just hanging out in the closet, Great Joe? Why are you being a weirdo? He is huge.
He is.
Man must be like 7'3".
He has 9999 health, which means Erdekaiser can take him out with one shot. We are going to Psycho Pocket.
It's so dark in here.
Very dark.
He
Third
stole a swimsuit.
third swimsuit.
Why?
Why
Never
not?
mind. I was going to ask why he had one of those, but
Why not?
why not?
Okay. Yeah. Well, Psycho Arm.
Man, that's such a great like head nod to Xenogears.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's
Great Joe.
pretty cool.
Amazing.
And yeah, obviously Junior has to be in your party for this. It's required because he has to be leading. He has to be the on-screen character.
Right.
I'll do it quick.
That's because it's a battle of gunslingers.
Exactly.
Here, have some haste.
Exactly.
Ooh. Wait, that was the critical? You'll be alright.
Yeah, we are leveled quite well for him. Hear him, he's all, oh!
Oh! Amazing.
Ah, great Joe.
Oh man, that makes me want like a better Joe and a best Joe in episode 2 and 3.
Indeed.
Or maybe greater and greatest to continue the.
There's our dragon for you. Great Joe. Greater Joe. Greatest Joe. Ultimate
Wow.
Joe.
Yeah. Ouch! He vocalizes a lot like Vigoro in Skies of Arcadia.
He does, actually.
Got some of that same energy, if I think at least.
That's true.
Hey there, baby.
Freaking Vigoro. Ugh.
I know. The worst.
He's the worst. Just kind of topping off having Shion run support here. At a certain point, he's going to ask to one-on-one Junior. Let's stick with our dragon. It's doing some good damage.
It sure is. Oh,
Counter boost.
Gnosis type boss, even though he's not a Gnosis. Or maybe he is. I don't know.
There are a lot that are G-type in this game. It's very interesting. Ow.
I guess because it's between. What is it? It's machine, biological, and Gnosis.
Yep, Machine, Bio, and Gnosis are the three enemy types.
I don't know why they couldn't have identified like Great Joe's bio.
Yeah, indeed. That would have been nice.
Oh well, I didn't make the game. And it's not like it's a big deal. It's just find it interesting that these enemies are defaulting to Gnosis type.
Indeed.
I wonder if it's because of the unique nature of them. Like they were like, well, we don't know. It's not really, bio. It's something else. But they're not really Gnosis either.
It's something. It's a thing, kind of. Miscellaneous other type.
Yeah.
Look at that crit.
Beautiful. Oh, and he doubled up on the crit too. That's nice.
Yep.
Boom.
We'll see if we can get the multiplier on him. That would be pretty cool.
Man, you've already gotten him down to like half his health. That is wild.
Yup. I'm crunching him pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
This is why if you get to this level, just don't worry about it. But if you're below level 30, you're going to have a lot of trouble with Great Joe. If you're about 35, like, he's not a big deal. Weird.
Yeah, it seems like, and this is not true for all super bosses that we've talked about. Just based off some conversations we've had, like it doesn't matter what kind of level you are, because it's all about mechanical setup. But
Hey, you with the gun. How about you and me dance, boy?
how about you and me dance, boy?
Yeah, so at this point, and I'm just going to
Show your moves.
I'm going to demonstrate it. If you attack with anybody but Junior, he will counter.
Counter boost.
He will counter boost and counter that person in particular.
Oh, interesting. What was I saying? Oh, super bosses. But it seems like, in general, a lot of super bosses.
No outside interference.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
Obviously not all of them, but a lot of super bosses. If you set up properly, they become basically a non-issue.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're set up properly. And again, sometimes that set up properly is just putting all of your like luck into one basket using certain mechanics because the boss has a chance to do stuff. I think Ozma's a good example of this. Like you can have a good setup and still lose the fight because Ozma will just randomly do something that will completely screw you over.
Duel is over. I'll
destroy you all at once.
Yeah, once you get to a certain damage threshold, like he calls the duel. Yeah, Ozma is interesting because it's just luck based a little bit. Recovery and damage reversed. Oh yeah, okay. So
50% probability. Good grief.
Yeah, and I think no. Okay.
Huh. What did he do?
Something.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I had him in hyper mode here, so let's just res him real quick.
That was so much damage.
He had like 1 health and he did like 700 damage to it. Oh boy. Alright, let's see here.
Nice. Speaking of Ozma, and I know we talk about leaving stuff in the comments all the time, but if you guys want to see us play through like FF9 or some of the older Final Fantasies,
we got
let us know in the comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ozma's one of my favorite boss encounters because even though it is luck-based, it is very interesting the way you can deal with him based on like completion of side quests and other things like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of side stuff you got to get done to really make it viable.
Point times 2.
the stun animation.
Yup.
Oh man.
Indeed.
It's a good thing we were using like rubber bullets, I guess.
I guess.
I lost. I let my guard down, but still, that was some fine gunmanship. You're a man worthy of calling a friend. I give this to you as a token of all friendship.
Soul Rhapsody.
Soul Rhapsody. Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Magnum Joe?
Magnum Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me you could just summon Great Joe for him to shoot. I'll entrust that swimsuit to you for now.
Thanks,
what?
buddy.
That's one of my most prized possessions.
Yeah, so Junior's final tech attack, Soul Rhapsody. We don't have the tech points to put it to high speed yet, but this allows you to absorb Gnosis type enemies.
What?
It's pretty cool too. It's a pretty cool attack. We'll definitely be messing with it. For now, I'll set it on far here, I think, in our triangle for our ether attacks, because it is an ether type move, I believe. The other thing to look at is we have learned
Magnum Joe.
Magnum Joe, and we can evolve that into Buster Joe.
Buster Joe?
Yup.
What is Buster Joe?
So Magnum Joe is one enemy. Magnum Joe is one enemy. Buster Joe is all enemies, and they're both unique ethers for Junior here. So yeah,
I want to see you summon Great Joes at some point.
Oh, it's gonna get equipped here. Let's see. Let's get rid of some of this other stuff. Yeah.
This seems like that'd be pretty strong, actually.
Yep. So let's see. Psycho Arm, Psycho Pocket, Speed Machine, Boost 1. Yeah, this looks good to me. Okay. Cool.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
that was the hardest boss in the game.
Yeah. The other thing to note here is Junior's Soul Rhapsody The more you absorb G-type enemies, the more it powers up Buster Joe and Magnum Joe. So, the only objection I really have to this is how late in the game you get these abilities. It's sort of obnoxious that only the final dungeon remains at this point, but
yeah,
it is what it is. So
it just has like a counter of how many gnosis you absorb.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it powers it up. So yeah, we will be using. Let's see.
If you power it up and then use it, do you have to restart the powering up process?
No.
Oh.
No, it just makes it stronger overall.
Oh, okay. So just a flat bonus. That's cool.
Exactly.
Well then.
Yeah.
I am quite intrigued.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, that's great, Joe. Good fight, really. It's definitely the hardest enemy in the game. And there's not much else to say about it other than what you've seen. He will do a lot more damage if you're underleveled. So, if you want a challenging fight, go for it. If you want to just crush him, you can just equip Erdekaiser on Xion. Speaking of, I am going to go ahead and re-equip that, I think. Just to have
take out every enemy ever.
Just to have it handy, just in case. Yeah, we need it. We can just take out every enemy, but considering I have Kos-mos and Junior set up with some good stuff, and Momo is set up pretty well as well, but I generally...
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we could use it on every enemy if we wanted to. But yeah, I think we are set up very well at the moment with this party. I have used Momo a lot, but in general at endgame, this is the party I prefer because Junior is extremely good and Kos-mos hits very hard.
Right.
Xion is good support and has Erdekaiser. Momo is good as well if you want to bring her in. In general, I would prefer to bring her in. I think we go to the dock here. I would prefer to bring her in over Xion, which I believe you're free to do. Because she kind of performs a similar role in that she's support, but she has her transformations and stuff.
Right.
She will be good to have decently powered for her magic caster, because it's guaranteed rare steel, which is really nice. So, yeah, that's sort of why I've rotated Junior and Momo in slot 3 there.
Yeah. If there's a particular party formation that you like to use if you've played this game before, guess what? Let us know in the comments. Love to see other people's output or
input,
opinion.
Yeah,
input. Thank you. Not output. That's silly.
Give us your output. What does that mean?
I don't even know. 3 miles per hour.
Why not? Biosphere. All right.
But yeah, because I'm sure there are people out there who use like Chaos and Ziggy more or whatever. So I'm just kind of curious what your standard formation is by this point in the game and maybe why you choose that.
Yep. So the only other things to really do at this point are level up your party members, and there are some like Xeno cards you can go get in the EVS. I'm not going to bother because, one, I don't play a lot of Xeno card. If you like it, there are a bunch of facts that show you where to go to get those things. So you should feel free to do that. And two, it doesn't really affect import bonus into episode 2. This game save can be imported into episode 2 for bonuses. Same with episode 2 to 3.
Right.
But yeah, there's not much else to do here other than head to the final dungeon. Going to the final dungeon is not the point of no return. You can leave whenever you want, unless you are fighting the final boss. So I think we're going to go ahead and get that started up at this point, because we got the time.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. We're ready to go anytime. I could take you to the Proto Merkabah right now if you want.
Let's go.
You moron. Tony, we're launching the Elsa. Hurry up.
Sorry. I didn't mean for you to get pulled into my personal issues.
Don't worry about it. After all, my homeland is in peril, and we've received company approval. So it's okay, right, Alan?
Oh, sure. Why would I want to miss out on the fun? Besides, it's not like you ever listen to me.
What was that?
Poor Alan.
Excuse
If
me?
you've got something to say it.
No, nothing. I'd accompany
come
you
on.
to the very depths of hell.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Jinx us? So, getting in won't be difficult, right?
Right. There should be no external anti-air defenses, since it was originally constructed as a manufacturing facility. However, security on the inside is most likely still functional. We should be prepared to deal with many active guard machines.
Everybody has enormous
What about
eyes.
the reinforcements from second mission?
The spacebound units were destroyed in the first blast. It looks like there's a few more on their way, but they won't get here in time.
In other words, it's up to us.
Uh-huh.
Looks like it.
Guinan, I'm counting on you to cover us. Until we get inside.
I have a request of my own as well. Don't let his provocations get to you again. All right?
Yeah, I'll be careful. You don't have to worry.
I'll take that as a promise.
Now don't do anything foolish, little master. ECM levels at maximum.
I still want more information on how Junior got the way he is, too.
Tony!
Aye, sir. We're getting hazard pay for this, right?
Nope.
Nope.
No hazard pay.
You'll get lucky to get OT, buddy.
In the 10 minutes before Proto Merkabah fires, we're able to grind, fight optional eggs battle, fight Great Joe. Doesn't even matter.
Listen, it's like the 5 minutes to the planet gets destroyed in Dragon Ball COG, okay? It's fine. Goku just standing with his arms up for like 4 episodes.
Gotta charge the spirit bomb!
Right.
But yeah, with regards to party members, there's nothing wrong with using Ziggy or Chaos. It's just they aren't as compelling to me, and at least for Ziggy, I feel like they sort of screw him over with regards to equipment. He doesn't really get a lot, which is very unfortunate. North to the end of okay, yeah. Go down the stairs.
Wow. There was like no... I didn't even realize there was no cinematic for them docking. It was just them flying at it.
Yep.
Okay, that was a little jarring. It threw me off cognitively.
And now we actually have dungeon music. So the Song of Nephilim and Proto Merkabah have dungeon music. The rest of them kind of don't. It's interesting.
Yeah, that does seem to imply that sound, music-wise, was one of their last things that they worked on.
Yeah. All right.
As I won't go so far as to say shoehorned in, because it's clearly intentionally placed where it is, but maybe just missing other pieces that they may have wanted. What was that?
Soul Crusher! Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Oh, that is terrific. I love that.
I'm gonna re-equip our hit all tech skills after this fight.
She'd stick her hand out. I'm blocking.
Yep. That's all she needs to do to block.
It is Kos-mos. Makes sense. Crunch.
Boom.
They got a lot of health.
Yes, they do.
All right.
Flamethrower, yeah. So this is, as you can tell, like, we aren't having a lot of trouble even with the optional boss. It's sort of why, like, I find it to be frustrating that Chaos's final tech attack is a level 50.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessary at all.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need
Yeah. My other complaints about Chaos and Ziggy for this game specifically, because this may change in like 2 and 3, right? But It's more of a problem with Chaos than Ziggy, but like they're both just like these mannequins that stand in the cutscene with occasional lines to remind you that they're there. Ziggy's a little more compelling as a character because you get to run around as him, I think.
Yeah.
And rescue Momo, and you get a little bit of his backstory with his interactions with Momo, so you see more of his personality. He's not quite as two-dimensional. But with Chaos, like, there's just nothing going on there.
Yep.
He even looks like he's got no activity behind his eyes. Like, he's just...
And here's Soul Rhapsody, by the way.
That's a cool looking variant of his gun. Huh. That might be the edgiest move he's got.
Yep.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, I largely agree. I feel like the pacing of this game is very bizarre. Defibrillator vest. Let's fix their tech.
My understanding is it only gets worse from here.
Well, it depends on what you mean by worse, of course.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting the way pacing is generally handled in this series. I'm a little tired of... I'm going to use Shockblade. I got a little tired of Lunar Blade, even though it's cool and takes a minute to cast, and, you know... We'll leave it here.
I mean, Shockblade is strong, though.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, there are so many things that are introduced. We haven't used S-Chain yet. Let's equip it, and I'll just demonstrate it in the next fight. Yeah, let's do Angelic Requiem, and we'll do Storm Waltz. Yeah, that'll help. And I will, once I'm able to level up Soul Rhapsody, I'll have it equipped as well. But yeah, in general, that's the problem I have with this game. Like, it's very fun. I really enjoy the combat system. The events that go on are bananas, but, you know, that's just, you're playing a Xeno game. There's weird stuff that happens.
Right, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, well, fun little enemy dude.
I was gonna say, I know there's an enemy around here.
Okay, here we go.
But yeah, pacing-wise, it just is like, what? There are so many things introduced. So,
Right.
you've got the first storyline is Shion and Kos-mos and Alan are doing some stuff. They get picked up by the Elsa. And then suddenly it's like, oh yes, Ziggy and Momo are doing a thing over here. And then we cut over to Junior doing his stuff. And all the plot lines converge, but each plot line is dealing with a different thing in a way.
Right.
Oh, and here's what S-Chain looks like.
Charging S-Chain.
That's not a chain.
Indeed. But yeah, Margulis is involved with, like, Commander Cherenkov and all of his nonsense.
Right.
And so you have to deal with Margulis, with Ziggy and Momo. But then there's Albedo, he's full of shenanigans, and then there's all of this political stuff with the Milshin, like the committee, the contact subcommittee, and it's just, there's so much happening.
Well, and the overlap too, right? Because Albedo is his own problem right now that we're dealing with.
Yes.
But he's part of the UTIC organization, I guess. Like, or he's at least working alongside them.
I understand why you say he's part of the UTIC organization, but he's not.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of does his own thing.
Okay, well, he at least, like, is allied with them in some capacity, because he wouldn't be just walking up to Margulis being like, yo, dog, what's up?
That's true.
And then you have, let's not even talk about the fact that Virgil reappeared with some mysterious voice talking to him while he's on his hot rod spaceship.
Got any theories on why he reappeared? No is a fine answer, by the way.
I mean, not at the moment, because for all intents, well, okay, no, probably not because he has that scarring on his face.
No.
But for all intents and purposes, as far as we know, he should have blown up with the Woglinde because he was killed by Kos-mos, and there was no time between him being shot down and them leaving the ship, really, for them to have recovered, for him to have recovered. But that doesn't mean someone didn't like grab his body and dart off through the Zohar before everything exploded or something, you know, like,
sure,
although it got taken. So I could posit a bunch of stuff. Yeah. None of it's probably right, you know, like, like I could really pull stuff out of my butt for just random guesses, but like I was going to say maybe he's a clone, but it's the same scarring, so probably not, you know.
Seems unlikely, doesn't it?
Right, yeah. So, and maybe it's not even really Virgil necessarily. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe his soul was transferred into another body, and because of his perception of self, it transformed into what we see as Virgil or whatever. I don't know. You already went that way.
Yeah, yep. Go back to the entrance. Elsa.
Yep.
Down around. Okay, so we go.
And to the left. Yep.
I need to press this button. Oh, I can't press the button.
I don't think so.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. There's the whole chaos being called boss that we're just completely ignoring for some reason.
Man, don't worry about that. It's completely fine.
Like even going under the assumption that enemies lie, right? Just to seed chaos, there would still be a point where like they would say that, and I would still look at the chaos and be like, why would they say that? You know, even if his answer is, I don't know, enemies lie sometimes, I would have been okay with that answer because at least they addressed the issue.
Yeah.
You know, even if I didn't believe him, I at least would have been like, okay, well, at least they acknowledged that he said something really bizarre.
Yeah.
Instead, you have this whole conversation that he says, right, boss. They go over to this other cutscene, which is completely disjointed from what just happened.
Yeah, this is, I mean, I will give this game credit for doing some very interesting, like they wanted to do some weird stuff, and so they went for it. And you know what? Fair enough. Cool. They're having a blast with that kind of thing.
Yeah, I will say this, even with all their like development issues with Xenogears, and I assume Xenosaga based off, again, our conversation and what I'm seeing here, they're very ambitious, and I appreciate that ambition.
That's true. Yeah.
It doesn't always pan out, but I do appreciate the gumption to try.
Right, and just to give a little context on the conversations he's talking about, so there's a level of, basically this game was directed by Takahashi, and then he handed off episode 2 to a new team. And so episode 2 is just so drastically different in some ways that it's confusing what's going on. And that confusion's never really cleared up, and then episode 3 gets handed back to Takahashi to kind of follow up on some original storylines and and deal with the rest of what came up in episode 2. So that's sort of why, like, this game seems a little more cohesive than it becomes in the future. But there were a lot of it, and Monolith Soft was new to the game here when making this game as well.
Right.
So I do try.
They've had time to refine their process.
I do try to give them credit where it's due here. You know, this is very, very good for the first game from a studio. But, you know, it was plagued by issues in a lot of ways. I still quite like it myself. Despite some of the issues I have with content and pacing and things like that.
Right. Yeah, it's really interesting to me how when games change directors, especially like midway through development, this is not, as you know, conversation necessarily, but just observation. I do think it's interesting that you can almost always tell when that switch happened.
Oh yeah,
to some degree. I think 15 has that problem. 15 has a lot of problems.
15 might be the only Final Fantasy 15, to be clear, might be the only game with more development problems than the Xenosaga trilogy. That's debatable, but it has massive development problems, from what I understand.
Right, and by the time it came out, it was a well-received game.
Yeah,
much better received than Final Fantasy 13. But for me personally, I don't find 15 as compelling.
Yeah.
As I find the entire 13 trilogy.
Yeah.
Which says a lot, I think, considering the wide acclaim that it has. And that might be an unpopular opinion, but I also think
very unpopular.
7 is a little overrated. So, I'm not the one to talk to, I guess. And I do like 7. Again, I don't have any problems with the storyline or anything. I just think the hype around it is a little too high.
Yeah, it is interesting without getting too far into Final Fantasy land, but 7 Remake owes a decent amount of its systems to the 13 trilogy, which I've always found very interesting, considering how well received it is and how poorly received the 13 trilogy was in general. There are reasons for that. It's not that it's like everyone's wrong or anything, I certainly am not the correct audience for 7 Remake in a lot of ways, whereas a lot of people really, really enjoy it. But let's see, we went across these conveyor belts. But yeah, it is interesting because 15 has some content left over from FNC Fabula Nova Chrysalis that remains as part of the world, basically, the game. So that's intriguing.
Yeah, the development history of 15 in general is just very interesting because it started off as like 13 verses, and then it became something else, and then it became 15. Like, it was just...
Yes, it did.
It went through a lot of changes and directors and all that stuff. And to be clear, because I don't want anybody thinking I'm hating on any of these games. I'm not. They're just preferences.
Yeah.
And Dan and I will be the first to acknowledge that 13 certainly has its problems, even if it is one of the few Final Fantasy games that we actually really, really enjoy. Not few. Few's not the right word for it. But
I was going to quibble with that. I do like a lot of Final Fantasy, and to be clear, I also like 7, the original, a good bit. I think it's a pretty good game, honestly, but there's like a tax that you have to pay when talking about 13. You have to call it flawed or say it has problems. Otherwise, you get kind of just ripped to pieces in the general dialogue. So I've always found that pretty interesting. But it's the sentiment. It's the audience. It's how it was generally perceived. And I think one of the things that I can see about that is that they moved to the combat system that they were using there. The I'm not sure I'm going to remember the name of it properly, but it's the Paradigm Synergy system or something like that. I don't remember. It's a complex system, as opposed to like the turn-based system, which Final Fantasy has long since moved away from.
Right.
So it's interesting.
It was an interesting mixture of the ATB gauge and you playing as only one party member.
Yeah.
Which, 15, you do the same thing, but it's more action RPG in style. It's closer. It's more akin to like Kingdom Hearts.
Here's Magnum
15
Joe.
is. So I think 13 being a transitionary mechanic like that, but I actually really like the Paradigm system a lot.
Yep.
I think the shifting and being able to create these different compositions based off of like what their synergy ends up being was really cool, and it's certainly a lot better than Gambits from 12 by a long shot.
Not a fan of Gambits either.
Yeah, I have a lot of problems with 12, and I don't think it's a bad game. It can't be with as many people enjoyment of it, but I struggle following its narrative structure, and I didn't care for like the licensing system. And I hear some of that's been improved with like the International Edition, but I didn't play the International or the Zodiac Age or whatever. I played the original one. Yeah. And I really did. I tried on that game multiple times. I can't. I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, I get what you're trying to sell you with a story, but there's pieces I feel like that are missing. and there's some weird pacing issues, I think, too.
Beep boop.
So, to each their own.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think the audience is just so varied, and respect where it's due, Square Enix does what they want a lot of times.
Yeah.
So, cool. They're taking chances, and the turn-based system is kind of the successor to that, is sort of Bravely Default in games like that. So, fair enough.
Yeah.
Northeast. Okay.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention to what we're doing. I'm just talking.
It's fine. Yeah.
Just being a chatterbox.
It's fine. We're going through just the dungeon normally. Let's blast them.
Yep.
I don't know. I didn't point it out when I did it, but I did throw some levels on X-Buster. Just because Kos-mos has so many tech points, and her stats are so high that it just kind of doesn't matter.
Right.
So, I mean, by high, I mean she's able to sync a lot better than everyone else. So, I think I talked a little about stat syncing, but basically you can dump tech points in to your stats and sync them up so that when you level up, your stats get higher than they normally would. So I've been doing a little bit of that, and it's sort of one of the reasons that my party has gotten powerful. The other part being the level. God, I really don't like how it leashed just outside the trap range of that. That's frustrating.
It's not the first time that's happened either.
No, it happens a lot in this game for some reason. That is improved in later installments in this series. There are traps later on that you can use in Episode 3 specifically that work very well, actually.
Got it.
But yeah, speaking about game systems in general, this series is all turn-based, but it's so drastically different between, Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3. They all have a completely different battle system. There are some commonalities, but they're all just so different. So you start doing... It got to the point, I remember, the first time I played Episode 2, I had beaten this game, and I really enjoyed it and stuff, and then went to play Episode 2, and I was like, wait, what am I doing? Wait, how do I play this game? You get into fights, and it's just like, what's happening? Gotta press this button now. But yeah, I do enjoy the battle system of this game a lot. I don't know that it's my absolute unquestioned favorite of the series, but it is really good in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of turn-based games, it's actually a new game coming out in April of this year that looks really, really interesting to me, which is it's called Clear Obscure Expedition 33, I think is the full title of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it being likened to a combination of Legend of Dragoon and Nier Automata with its combat system.
You have my attention.
Which I find very interesting. Exactly. I've seen some gameplay of it, and I can kind of see where I haven't seen the Nier Automata influences, but I've definitely seen the Dragoon influences with the way the combat is, because it is turn-based.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like it's a mixture of action and turn-based mechanics. So, similar to like Legend of Dragoon's surges? What are they called?
Say what? Oh, additions?
The additions. Yeah, so you have like those additions which give you the combo, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Clear Obscure, there's like, I think there's combos like that, but there's also counters, like parry counter reactions that you can do too.
Oh.
So if the enemy attacks you, you can counter it, and if you're timing like the buttons correctly, you get a combo off of it, essentially.
Interesting.
Yeah, it looks really fascinating, and the story looks incredible too, honestly. The concept hooked me immediately. Because there's this, in the trailer you see this, like, looks like a little girl, but she's enormous, painting on this stone, and it's just a random number. And the concept is whatever, every year that number changes, And whatever the number is on that stone, anybody who is that age, it like dies.
Huh.
But they don't just fall over dead. It looks like they get kind of like dusted, right? They just kind of disintegrate into the void, into the non-existence.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So every year, the people of the city that are nearby or whatever go on an expedition to stop the painter so that no more numbers are painted.
Sure.
So the number on the stone is 33, so it's Expedition 33.
I see.
Yeah. And that's really like the pitch. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
It's the pitch.
the conceit
for the
conceit
store.
of it, yeah.
Yeah. And obviously it's all about their journey to do that. And they'll come across some unique creatures. It looks very colorful, very whimsical, very fun, but also has a lot of really intense moments and just rich narrative is what it looks like.
Interesting.
So anyway, it looks like some kind of data. Thanks, Chaos. A Realian? But it's pretty old. The year TC 4474, made by Tiro Lamech Model 3. Lamech Model 3. That's the model that was manufactured up until a year before the Miltian conflict.
Uh-huh.
The production year and manufacture are different, but they are all older than 4752. It seems all of these Realians were transferred to the militia maintenance facility due to some kind of abnormality. But why is that data here? What is all this data for? Momo, did Dr. Mizrahi ever tell you anything? No, Mommy never... I see.
Huh. Interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's just
more... The whole Realian subplot has been, like, pushed to the side for so long, I forgot it was one.
Yep. It's a whole thing. That's what I'm saying. There's just so much going on.
Not to mention all the different names they throw at you every 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, so now I think we're done in this room. Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I do enjoy... All right, let's climb up the stairs again. Okay, I do enjoy the fact that there is such a complicated world, because this is basically just humanity's future is the idea here.
Right.
Ha! Give me that boost.
It would make sense that there's a ton of moving pieces at all times.
Yes, it would.
Delphinus? What?
Delphinus.
That's not what the Delphinus looks like. Delphine, maybe? Delphine?
Let me see what I can do here.
Well, yeah, the whole reason I brought up the Expedition 33 thing is because it's the first turn-based-ish RPG I've seen come out from a mainstream game.
Sure.
Rather, like this is a AAA style kind of game.
Yeah.
That isn't a Final Fantasy, Persona, or Tales game. Because those are the ones that have like major series. And I'm not saying the other ones don't exist, but those are the three main ones that almost everybody's heard of. One of those.
Sure.
And I kind of by extension with Persona, the Shin Megami Tensei series.
Yep.
And so it's just kind of nice to see someone else take a fresh look at that. Is really all I was getting at there, and it looks really interesting. So.
Yep. Yeah, it is interesting.
Turn-based RPGs are great.
It is interesting because this is a PS2, older turn-based game, and a lot of them are that way. And there is the idea that maybe the turn-based genre is ending or something. I don't really buy it. I think there is plenty of market for that. I do enjoy a good action game, but I don't think every game needs to be an action game. I think turn-based is very viable.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so we're skipping the 42nd floor, heading up to 43rd. Oh, hey, buddy. He's so angry.
He is. He's hopping mad.
Kos-mos, let's go.
Oh,
These these particular Gnosis are giving you, like, no problems.
No, they are not. Yeah, I am just blasting them away here.
I'm sure level has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I did do, I couldn't remember if Soul Rhapsody had a special animation for when it absorbs, but it doesn't seem like it does, so. Let's just X-Buster him. Yeah, and the first couple levels of X-Buster, I've powered it up a fair amount here, so it's doing some pretty solid damage. Got some point times,
for sure.
That does drop off at a certain point, but, you know, it's worth doing if you really like a move and you've got the tech points. Just throw a few levels on them at this point, especially if your stat sync is good. I'd say prioritizing stat syncing is a good thing to do, but definitely, you know, it's not a problem to at least level up your favorite ones. Okay. Kate. Ooh.
All right, so we're on the 43rd floor.
Get more treasure. Yep. Crate in here somewhere. Nope.
Okay, now I see where we're at. I kind of got lost in the
that's all good.
the text.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot here. We're closing in on the first boss of this, but we do have some cool stuff to get first, which is awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Save
control room.
Save point. I will use a biosphere because I've got a bunch of them, and why not?
Yeah. We still got some time to cook, so let's go.
Yep. Making our way through here. Yeah, I'm thinking definitely the next episode will be the final one here, because especially if we can get halfway through Proto Merkabah, there's just going to be not much to do at this point to conclude the story.
Right.
Of course, there's plenty of grinding that you can do and stuff like that to get the clear data, and we'll go over the specifics of that next time.
Right. Man, that's crazy that we're that close.
Mm-hmm.
A monitoring room for all of Proto Merkabah. It seems all the controls are centralized here. So we'll just select the self-destruct button, right?
Uh-huh.
Can you locate the reactor core? It seems to be far below where we are now. Looks like we'll have to take several elevator shafts down to get there. It looks like we still have a ways to go. Let's hurry, Xian. Right. Yes.
Also, with how enormous this place is, I don't buy that 10 minutes. Like, I know cinematic timing abuse is a thing, but just add up the time spent in cutscenes, and it's more than 10 minutes in here.
Oh, yeah, for
it's
sure.
Just like, come on now.
Yeah.
44th floor. Place is gigantic.
Yeah, I think something that kind of gets lost in or forgotten with timing, which obviously we're clearly abusing cinematic timing here, but
oh yeah,
you know, especially with some games where they're like, oh, you've got 20 minutes and you got to fight this boss or whatever, and people sometimes the complaint there narratively is just, oh well, why can I fight this boss for 45 minutes? Because, you know, some turn-based bosses are like that and still only have 15 minutes left to get out of the place or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the caveat there is that, mechanically speaking, it is taking us a while to get through because, you know, we're having to do the turn-based aspect of it.
Yeah.
But in reality, combat is short. It's very short. It's over fast.
Sure.
Even with tough enemies, it's almost always over quickly. And so if you were to take what you're doing in a turn-based setting and have everybody moving all at once in a reality, like in a, say, like a animation or a film or something, that entire sequence of events would be so much shorter.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing goes for like any kind of tabletop RPG, which is why each round is like 6 seconds, because the assumption is everybody's moving all at once, right?
Sure.
So you can, if you have any battle that lasts less than 10 rounds,
mm-hmm.
that battle was over in less than a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it may have taken you 2 hours in game time, like play time.
It's an abstraction. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's easy to forget sometimes, I think. how much time is actually passing in some of these fights, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, turn-based combat is an abstraction for sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
Stop hitting me.
No.
No. All right. Just absorb this one too. Why not?
Right, and to that extent, action RPGs really do well with the kind of time crunch stuff.
Yeah.
Because their combat is faster. Because you can defeat swaths of enemies in, several minutes.
Yeah.
Depending on your skills and stuff.
Or
right?
seconds if you're playing, what is it? The one where you mow down like thousands of enemies.
Like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors.
Games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, but there's something really satisfying about just ragdolling a bunch of enemies around.
Hey, I am not.
a room.
I am not criticizing it. That is. I mean, it's awesome. It's fun. Whatever.
Right. I actually really enjoyed Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
This is one of those games that I thought would not do well, but like it does, for some reason.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I like Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, just running around is like Impa and just crushing everything.
Yeah. Or like true Midna. With like you just transform into a cannon and blow up 3,000 enemies. Like, all right, cool. I'm buying what you're selling.
Right. I mean, I think Ganon summons a meteor in one of his combos. It's insane.
Why not?
Right. And so I really do enjoy the Dynasty Warrior styles. And it's kind of strange, too, because I feel like Dynasty Warriors disappeared for like a span of 5 to 10 years and then kind of came back. As popularity goes, at least.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing it when it was like on PS2, right? Dynasty Warriors 3 or whatever.
Right.
It was fun. It was hilarious. You got to play with other people, and it was just a giant battlefield where you and your buddy might be trying to clear out an area so that the enemy doesn't take it. And you've got all this like loosely historical data with it, like, oh, you gotta fight the forces of Nobunaga,
Historical.
Right. Historical fiction at its finest. And then like I just never heard anything from Dynasty Warriors for a long time, and then I hear things about like Hyrule Warriors coming out, and now there's this other Dynasty Warriors that came out fairly recently, and like its popularity like spiked again. So
yep.
I'm not gonna say they didn't make other games in between that. I just stopped hearing about it as much, I guess.
Yeah.
Those are interesting looking Gnosis in the back there.
They are.
I know we've fought them, but again, I've only been half paying attention to what you've been doing.
You can tell we're on our way out on this playthrough. Like we're getting there. We're almost there.
Well, no. I mean, I'm not trying to clock out mentally.
Yeah.
I'm invested in the story, but like when you're just running around killing things, I get distracted.
Yeah, there's not much. Like we know the battle system. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. I'm just kind of autopiloting when we're doing this part.
Yep. And we got a treasure in here. I think this is
the Dragonon Rod.
Looks like I thought that would be. Is that Momo's weapon?
It looked like an accessory.
Nope.
But it is a weapon. Wow.
That is her best weapon as far as physical attack goes.
That's crazy.
The Dragon Rod. Yep. So yeah, there's the Confusion. If you want good status effects, the Hammer is good for Confusion, Biological Gnosis, and then Slow, Biological Gnosis. I'm just going to equip the... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, where did you get the Saint Rod, by the way?
I bought it. The Saint Rod is available in this section of the game from, I believe, either the Elsa's terminal, like the shop, or one of the shops. Basically, you want to check Dock Colony, the shop terminal on the Elsa, and then the Kukai Foundation shop. And then there's also the mech shop where the professor is.
Gotcha.
So I'll equip her with the Dragon Rod and keep that. If we need to do statuses with Momo, we can. But at this point, she's just kind of like, if I need to steal something, which is kind of a shame because she's kind of awesome, but also it's just one of those situations where like, okay, well, at this point, this party member is used for this, so we're just gonna go with it.
Right. I think I like the Saint Rod design better than the Dragon Rod.
Yeah, I agree.
Gotta get that HP.
Yeah, we're holding off on Junior. He is reasonably stat synced, but we're holding off so we can put Soul Rhapsody to fast as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, southwest door. Oh, hey.
Weh.
I probably should have healed Shion. That's fine, whatever. She'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Ain't no thing but a chicken wang.
Just gonna keep blasting.
Pull that cannon out.
Cannon!
Cannon!
Alright.
Moon!
I have a laser cannon. Holy crap. Alright. Having boost 1 on Kos-mos is kind of nice, because she's the slowest party member.
Oh, yeah.
I think Ziggy is slower than she is, but of my current party, she's the slowest. This will give me the point multiplier. Grunch. Point times 4, nice.
All systems clear.
Yeah, it is interesting with the reels. I'm not a big fan of the way the reels go with regards to after battle bonuses, but once you get used to it, you can pretty consistently hit point times 2, point times 4, that kind of thing, so.
Right. Does the reel come back in 2 and 3?
I think so, yes. Yeah. At least in 2, it's back.
Yep. Descend the stairs and push the giant green button. It's the first time I've seen a green button.
A green button?
Well, maybe not the first time, but most of the buttons you have to push are red.
I object. I want a red button. You go in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 2 sides of the floor. Oh, yeah. We gotta open this up. Okay.
Yep.
Beep boop.
Green.
Raise that wall.
Yep. And then go into the left though.
We got a segment address in here, I believe.
We sure do.
Find this. This will be awesome, because we already have the decoder for this.
Huzzah! Which just leaves one more after this.
Blood 9. So Blood 9 is Junior's best weapon. We're going to go ahead and immediately equip this. So it is worth noting the cross that I'm currently using has different ammo as well. Either attack down, fizz defense, fizz attack down, and slow. So those are options for the cross. So it's sort of like the, I believe, this one. No, I don't remember. Was it the Rook?
I think so, yeah.
Nope. It helps
Nope.
if I remember things. I don't know. Anyway, maybe it was the Makarov. No. We had something that allowed us to do other things. But yeah, the cross is good if you want to be able to do, and the standard ones are 10. The status ones are 5. And then
I think it's the MO for Shion's MWS blade.
Yeah.
I think it's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That had options.
Yeah, fair enough. So, but yeah, he's still using hyper mode. That's fine. But the BD 9000 here, or 900, fizz attack plus 16. So Blood 9 is definitely the best weapon for him. I'm going to move him back to his counter boosting, because I enjoy it.
I like that they're red to go along with his name.
Indeed. Rubido.
Those were Great Joe's starter guns before he got his new ones.
That would not surprise me. Let's give her Ether Pack. One thing you might notice is my healing ability with Ethers is not very good with this party setup. You can technically, I've got Medica all on Kos-mos, and that's fine. You know, you can transfer life shot around if you want. I'm not too concerned about it, because items and then Medica all will do just fine. And in general, I'm so high level, it doesn't matter. But there is a point where it may be a good idea, and we may be coming up on that point where it may be a good idea to reconfigure the party setup again to, you know, have some more healing. So we'll
let Xion be more utilitarian after that.
We will address that when it comes here.
All right. We're going down to floor 42.
42, I assume on this side.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, so we go down here. There's an enemy.
Push another button.
Feel nothing.
Get out of my way, or else...
All right. They definitely went all in on making attacks look cool in this game. Like, everyone has kind of a distinctive visual style, which I appreciate.
Right. Visually very appealing.
Indeed.
All right. Man, if the next episode is our last one, we're gonna have to figure out what we're doing.
Well, I think the people have spoken. It seems that Legend of Dragoon may be up next, unless there is a drastic change in the poll before we're moving on to our next episode, or our next series here. So,
it's always a chance.
Yep. But Dragoon is a great game, very good turn-based game, and we are going to be playing a heavily updated version.
Fan updated, right?
Yeah, fan updated, fan mod version called Severed Chains, which does quite a lot, and we'll explain kind of what we're doing with it, because you can just turn on easy mode if you want to, but we're not going to quite do that. We're going to make it a compelling playthrough. So,
right.
I think we go in here to turn this on.
Yeah, I don't understand why they have you do this, because you're gonna go down to the 31st floor to do something.
Yeah.
And then come right back up to the 44th floor. That's why I was misreading.
Plus,
I thought I was gonna have you come back to the 42nd floor after you did to the first. I was just like, that seems redundant.
Also, for the record, I finally have enough EP on Xion in order to cast Erde Kaiser without having EP costs.
Oh, yeah. Do you not have the half cost on right now?
I do have it on right now, but I have enough in theory to be able to cast it.
Oh, yeah, and then immediately refill your ether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can only use Erde Kaiser once per battle anyway, so
right.
Doesn't really matter that much.
That is a cool looking weapon.
It is. I'm not sure what my favorite of his weapons is, but I do enjoy the look of that one. I think I like the previous one, the cross, a little bit more. But this one is, the fact that he has red guns is very appropriate.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, it's good. It's very cool. Get out of here. But yeah, it's interesting. There's an imbalance to power right now, because obviously Xion can just kill anything whenever she wants. But it's a cost thing, right? Here we go. Press the green button.
Yep.
Open up this floor. Or, you know, do a miscellaneous thing.
It does something.
Uh-huh.
That looks important.
It does look important, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Okay.
This area is such
that's handy.
Such a labyrinth. That's why I like the whole cinematic timing. Like, you just get taken out of it immediately. It's so funny.
Yeah, we're gonna head back, and then to the front.
Oh, he came.
You just fought him.
He came back. That's weird. I wasn't expecting that.
The cutscene treated it like a transition of rooms, I guess.
You know what? Fine. Fine.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Ugh. Excuse me.
Keep blasting.
Yeah, so we're going to head down to the 41st floor. And then once on there, we'll go through the first door we pass. Gonna get a chest.
I like that. I like treasure.
Treasure.
Okay, we'll be able to finish him off. This'll get him.
Demons with ice abilities I find as an always interesting juxtaposition.
Why is that?
Because in general, traditionally demons are associated with like hell, right? So that's fire and
yeah. Ice demon. Red ice demons. Yeah. That makes sense.
the fire.
It does depend on what kind of demon you're talking about, of course. But
of course, yeah. I mean, I'm just coming from a Western
in the Western tradition, yeah,
perspective.
Yes,
yeah,
generally.
Obviously, Japan handles their supernatural very differently.
Oh yeah.
All battle systems are go.
Oh, very good.
Oh, just the one of you, huh?
One guy, one little guy.
Just a little guy.
Just one little guy here. Pew 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 pew. Yeah, it is pretty funny how different combat is. Ooh, hey, cool. Got a counter boost.
Nice.
But you just kind of like toss hit-alls constantly.
Yeah.
Also why, in my opinion, Junior is one of the better party members, because he is able to... Ooh, this will be good. He's able to set up hit all and... There we go. And single target, and he's near and far with all of them, so he's extremely versatile.
Right. The near and far thing is interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
That is a coin, I guess?
Gigantic coin.
Yeah.
Powered up, Magnum and Buster. I don't think there is any indication, like you can't see how much it's been powered up. It just generally gets better, so it's
Right.
kind of funny.
I mean, you're fighting a lot of Gnosis right now, so it works.
Yeah, might as well absorb them whenever it's convenient. Look, this is all...
You only get the absorb if you kill them with Junior, right?
You have to kill with Soul Rhapsody.
Oh, with Soul Rhapsody specifically.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the purpose of Soul Rhapsody, is it allows
Right.
for observing. And doing damage, of course.
Right.
I got no time for horses like you.
Yeah, the other funny thing about Chaos's level 50 Peck Attack is I think you can only use it if somebody else is down.
Seriously?
Yep.
The chances of that level 50 are so low.
Yeah, it just is. It's crazy. And I might be conflating that with his level 30, but even then, it's just like, okay, why add that restriction, you know?
Right. I guess to imply that it's a desperate gambit of some kind.
I suppose.
There's just so much unanswered in this game right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they do some of the characters understand the world reasonably well thing, which doesn't always work, because if you have a fish out of water type character, like suddenly the viewer is getting their questions answered as well, which is useful and handy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not asking for like exposition chair or anything, but a little bit of clarity would be nice.
Just a bit. Okay, what do we got in here?
The southwest door apparently is where you go for the chest.
Oh, interesting.
Wait, what?
Hold on. First go through first story pass. Take the southeast exit.
Yeah.
Is there a southeast exit? Yes.
Yes. Okay. I misread. Sorry.
That's fine. M-chip guard.
M-chip.
I don't remember what that actually does.
It guards against M-chips.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That clears it up. Oh, wait, here it is. Yeah, okay. Prevents wear. Yeah. Now, the button has been activated.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the 44th floor. It says Joachim on those signs.
Oh, it does.
Mm-hmm. Emily is not back.
That's okay.
I'm alright with that. It's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. The other one respawned on you earlier anyway, so.
Yeah. It's an extra enemy. Extra fun.
Yep.
So many stairs. Oh my god.
44. Yeah. Oh no, it's the Shinra building all over again.
Not the Shinra building. Ah.
Ow.
This is a lot of stairs. How many? I don't remember how many floors it was. It was a lot of floors.
Oh, in Shinra building? It was like 70, maybe more. I'll take
it was an insane amount of floors. Okay, let's throw a few more med kits just to top up a bit.
59 flights of stairs.
Yeah, there you go. It was a lot.
Yeah. Like you get, because there's 60 floors, I think. So you and then you have to take the elevator to go higher. But you climb like an insane amount of flights.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get to the top.
It does, and it's always funny. I actually really liked that part in Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yep.
Because hearing Barrett complain the whole
just
way
like, this
is
sucks.
just yeah, it's just so funny to me.
It's pretty funny.
And like Cloud's struggling, but then Tifa gets to the top, and she's like, "Well, that was exhilarating. Let's go."
It's like, all right, cool.
Can you guys quit fighting? And of course, like halfway to 2/3 of the way up there, they just stop talking because they're too out of breath to keep complaining.
Puff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely do a lot to add flavor to the characters in the remakes. I will give them that.
They do, yeah. And most of your complaints with the remake are combat, right?
Mechanical.
The way, yeah. Makes sense.
I don't feel like doing.
Yeah.
Let's just get rid of these guys.
From what I've seen of remake and what little I've looked at Rebirth, it looks really good. Visually, it's very pretty, and I think they enrich the story in a good way. Personally, you know, obviously some people won't feel that way.
Yeah, that's true. There's definitely some mixed opinions on that.
Right. I think Rebirth brings a little bit of more clarity to some of the choices that they made in remake. So I think that helps.
Wait, say that again?
So Rebirth, right? It's the second one of the remakes.
Yep.
I think they did some extra like they added some stuff to it that helps make what happens in remake have a little more clarity.
Yeah,
because you know there's those things where like Sephiroth is just appearing in the middle of the crowd with Cloud or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's just processing that. I think you were in the right area, I thought.
It says just below. Does that mean go down a room?
I think so, yeah. Because that's the door you just opened right there.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume, because that didn't look like a staircase to me, but I'm gonna go to the east here. That's very funny.
I got no time for wusses like you.
Well, we'll find out in a minute if there are units on the wall to continue smash.
Yep, indeed.
It's a big machine.
Yes, it is.
I like that he's floaty. I wish I could float like that.
He's a floaty guy. He's just a floaty guy. So big. Come on, crit with it.
So do you think it's called our dragon because it's got that like tri-gripper thing that just like eats?
I think so.
Nom.
Ha! Can't push me to the rear row, you fool. Alright.
The rear row or the real row?
Let's keep it.
We're in the fake row right now.
Keep it real. But yeah, for all my criticisms of this game, there's not a fishing minigame. So it's fine.
But what about, well, there is sort of.
Silence you.
Granted, the fishing minigame in this one was, I'm going to run out to the fish and pick it up with my hand.
Yeah. Fishing minigame! No!
So-
Oh, wait, it's just you pick things up. Okay, that's fine.
Right, yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Sea of Stars isn't terrible by any
Other
stretch.
than that one fish.
Yeah, okay, so aside from the Crimson Bass, you've had very little issues with that fishing
That's
minigame.
true.
I've had more trouble with, like, the Legend of Zelda fishing games than I've seen Sea of Stars
Oh
issues.
yeah, Ocarina of Time had that. You have to get the scale. You can fight. You can fight. You can get that one really rare fish.
Yeah, you have to, like, you have to snag, like, this gigantic Hylian loach. Okay, so yeah, this is correct.
So, fact writer, read the definition of stairs. Continue.
What's a path?
You go down it, kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Chakra shield.
I think that's an accessory. Let's see what that is.
Yep.
Yeah, the Hylian Loach, that was the name of it.
Yeah, but you get the gold scale from it, which you don't actually need except for one thing, which is the piece of the heart in the old man's, like, laboratory.
Prevents EP damage. Nice. Piece of the heart.
Which, you know, if people who watch care, we are considering Skyward Sword as one of our next Zelda entries into our channel, so
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, some good lore there.
There is a lot of lore in that game, actually. It's really interesting how much people missed out on the rich narrative of that story because of the mechanics. And I get it. I get why people don't like the 1-to-1 ratio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna, you know, fight anybody on that. But I'm just gonna say I'm glad they did the HD remake to make it more accessible to those who don't like that style of play.
And yeah, I think we're in good shape. So let's tackle this boss. We're gonna do it pretty quick here. So
Yeah.
here we go.
Oh yeah, this is the boss that's got that fast circuit 50. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure we steal the fast circuit 50 here.
Yeah.
We gotta jump down.
Jump down into the hole. What is this, Dark Souls?
Somehow Shion doesn't break her ankles jumping that far.
Don't worry about
It's
it.
fine.
Oh hey, buddy.
Disabling auto safety.
He got wiggly arms.
That's true. All right, let's open strong.
That's a good way to crush the two ads that we didn't want to deal with.
Yeah, so Proto Dora is the boss here. It has 12,000 HP, so this will not kill the boss, but it will crush both ads, and it will do almost the entire, like, like 3/4.
Yeah, that's
more than 3/4 of the health.
Ton of damage.
Yep. And then we're just going to steal until we get fast circuit, and then we're going to take it down.
So, just for number of people, Proto Dora has 12,000 HP. So, doing nearly 10,000 will make this boss a non-issue.
Yep, pretty much.
This move is... it's so over the top. I love it.
It's so good. It has an attack type, but it doesn't matter because it does 9999 to all enemies.
Right. Amazing.
Mm-hmm. See ya.
Okay, bye.
All right, and then...
What boss?
Psycho Pocket. Now, only Junior and Kos-mos can steal right now. Yeah, there's the frame repair Z. I'm just gonna have to keep trying. Psycho Pocket.
You know, it's really interesting with the fast circuit
There it
50.
is.
Like, I know we want to get it. That was fast. Oh, yeah, shield up. So he does do this, and he becomes immune to physical damage.
Yep.
What I find interesting about that is that even if you never got the fast circuit 50, it would not matter.
That's true.
Yeah. So, further conversation here. Because Junior has piercing ability with his attacks, he can go through the shield.
Mm-hmm.
And it's recommended that Kos-mos uses our blade to try to break the shield.
Mm-hmm. Just do 2. I think this will break it.
I do wish, yeah, I do wish the shield was visible so you would know.
That'd be
when you
damaged.
Yeah,
that would be useful. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, Junior just kind of ignores, so it's nice. Oof. Sure. Let's just spell ray it. Why not?
Yeah, 50% damage reduction. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Still a lot of damage.
It's heavily damaged.
Heavily damaged. Yeah.
Counter boost me.
We're like on round 2 or 3. We're on round like 3, and you already got him down to less than 1,000.
Oh yeah. Kaiser.
Crunch. You're gonna use Kaiser on the next boss. You're gonna do it more traditionally.
We'll have to find out in the next episode.
Yeah, we will. I just don't want to say what it is.
Yeah,
but
it is possible that I will do that. I'm gonna have to decide. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Honestly, with that boss, it might be worth it, just for the satisfaction.
Yep, I agree. And as I recall, like, there isn't too much to that fight, honestly, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next boss after this is the penultimate boss, and then there's the final boss after, but it sort of goes in phases. There's a 2-boss rush to end this game.
Let's go on.
Yeah.
So.
Plus, we have all the cutscene narrative stuff that's got to happen too. So.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Decoders.
Crunch. Excellent.
Yep, and
that is our last decoder.
We finally have the ability to bring Soul Rhapsody to high speed.
Oh, perfect.
And we'll go ahead and do that too. There we go. And now Junior can go back to stat syncing, which is cool. Go back to our Dragon on Kos-mos here. And Gravity Well's fine, but we'll go back to Rainblade. Yeah, we have Decoder 6, which is the final decoder, I believe. We should be able to finish up that whole thing at this point. We'll go ahead and look at the segment file real quick. Yep, 1 to go.
Excellent.
And segment address number 6 is nearby.
Sweet.
And I think, yeah, we can make a run for the final save point here. Northwest path.
Alrighty.
We are closing in on the end. The next episode is probably just going to be the final boss and the ending credits, and then final thoughts on Xenosaga Episode 1.
So, probably be a shorter episode then.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be a short length, but we are going to take our time to, discuss it afterwards, and we'll have some thoughts, as well as, like, how much... one of the questions I want to put forward to the viewers is how much are you interested in continuing the series? We are interested in playing through the trilogy, so I think that's something that we're going to want to do eventually. But I know Xenoblade in general was better received, and I know at least some of you are fans of Xenoblade. So we want to make sure to do that as well. To my mind, Xenosaga is kind of a good background for some things in Xenoblade, but they're different. They're different properties in a way. I gotta fix his stuff.
In the same way that Xenogears is a good background for Xenosaga.
Yeah, it's very similar to that.
Yeah, that's my understanding too.
Can't push me to the rear row, fool.
You fool. But yeah, definitely let us know, because if there is interest in doing the rest of the Xenosaga episodes, we'll definitely get on them. We'll intersperse them, obviously, just to keep adding new things, but we definitely want to come back to this.
Yeah, that would be my preference for sure, is to finish this up. I greatly enjoy episode 2. For all I will talk about how broken it is all day long, but I really enjoy playing it.
Yeah. Well, some of the best games I've ever played are also complete broken messes, so,
Yep, exactly. There we go. One down.
Got him. Art. I love the camera angle. It's great.
Pretty great, right?
Yep. Really like looking at the robot's left thigh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess right thigh is what it was, but regardless. Yeah.
All systems clear.
Okay.
All right.
And I think...
Enter the door at the top. Examine the computer terminal in the center of this. Oh, wait, watch a scene.
Guess a second door here.
Ooh, this looks cool.
Yeah.
What an amazing hologram. All observable space appears to be projected here. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
All observable space.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the black area is. It doesn't look like a black hole. I guess it's not quite all observable space. Lost Jerusalem. Oh, great. I forgot about that whole conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What? Lost Jerusalem was once our homeland in the distant past, but no one can go near it now. Actually, nobody knows its location anymore. Earth?
Could be.
It could be that pitch black part there. I've heard that the government has been working on a project to find Lost Jerusalem for quite some time. It looks like the radius of that black region is at least several 100 million light years. Oh, is that all?
Yep.
Our homeland is somewhere in there?
Lost
Several hundred.
Jerusalem, yeah.
Several 100 million light years.
Yep. Just, a little black area. It's fine.
It's very akin to the size of problem that was implied that Kos-mos could create when fighting Udu.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Ooh. That has interesting implications. All right.
Yep. It sure does.
Oh, man. Kos-mos is just an incarnation of some other power.
Oh my god. Ah, blah, blah, blah.
That's why she can eat Gnosis.
Nom 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 nom. Let's see how they do with ether damage. Oh, pretty good.
That laser beam. It's just... It's interesting when his guns change completely for their attack.
Yup. Why does it do that? Who knows? Blast him. Nope. Just nope. This will work out well. I keep forgetting to change Junior's tech attacks back, so I'll do that here
Whoopsie.
after this fight.
How could you?
Well, you see. I forgot. Whoopsie.
Okay, well, I guess I'll forgive you this
Whoopsie.
All right, let's call it a day.
Alright. Hey, alright.
time. Alright.
Okay.
Alright. We got to go
Yep.
to... Yeah, break the object, reveal a ladder. Oh, yeah. About to pick up address number 6.
Yep. I want to at least pick that up so we have a complete segment file here. Is that up here?
No, it's to the
Through
door.
this door? Okay.
To the
Alright.
door. Mm-hmm.
Remove the lock?
Remove the lock.
Yes.
Yes.
Lock has been removed. Thank you.
Oh, wait.
This is-
I'm sorry. I think I
This is
misspoke.
incorrect. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
There's an object you gotta destroy.
That's okay. Yeah. It doesn't respawn that enemy. Okay, it didn't, but it's fine. We're gonna have to. Oh, hey. We can go down this ladder.
Yeah, and then go down that ladder. Yep. I'm just dumb
I think it's this. Nope.
on the other side.
Yep.
There we go. Nice.
Decoding complete.
And that is the last door, ladies and gentlemen. Complete segment address. Trauma plate.
Trauma plate makes you immune to being critically hit. So, it's pretty handy.
Can it make me immune to my trauma?
Sadly, no.
Oh,
It's
bummer.
not that powerful.
Hmm. Can it be a plate to serve up trauma with?
That sounds right.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yes to that one.
Here you go, sir. Your trauma. No!
No.
This says go up the stairs. I'm assuming he means the ladder. And through the north
What's the
door.
difference between a path and stairs and a ladder anyway?
I mean, who knows?
Who knows? I don't know.
We gotta take a door to the north.
To the north. Yeah, we are almost. This is a long episode, but we are almost to the final save point of the game. So that's pretty cool.
That's okay. I mean, our Xenogears stuff got pretty long too.
Yep.
And some people, some viewers, like our longer episodes anyway. So
That's true. Yeah, I got some time to just kind of go over some stuff, which is cool.
yeah.
Lay down some good damage there. So
Yeah.
heavily damaged.
Did you forget to swap Junior out again?
Nope.
Good. Because I wasn't paying attention.
I fixed it.
Good job.
Okay, so we go through the north door, path into the next room, and into the large door leading north. And there's a scene. Okay, yep. We have almost made it to the last save point, and then I don't think there's much to really do other than finish up, so yeah. Stop boosting! Why are they boosting so much? Quit boosting.
To make your life miserable. Is it working?
Stop boosting. Stop it.
Stop it. Cut it out. I'm going to throw
These
it
are
up.
they're just demons. That's their name. They're demons.
They're here to torment you.
Yeah, apparently so. Keep blasting.
Keep blasting.
Anyway, I kept blasting.
Who would have thought one of Miyuki's
Level 42. Getting up there.
Level 42.
Yeah.
You might reach level 50 at this rate.
Not quite. But it is, it's not that difficult to do. Oh my god. Hey guys.
Wow, they look crazy.
They do. Let's see, where do we gotta go here?
Probably around, because those stairs are broken.
They are broken. We're gonna go into the door leading north, so we're gonna have to fight at least one of these guys.
This is gonna be fun.
Do some gravity well. I feel like a lot of these enemies are weak to like ether and not necessarily like fizz damage.
Yeah. Gnosis especially seems to be...
Yep. Yeah, look at that. That's gonna do a lot.
He's a unique fella.
Yeah.
Wow. That was lots of damage.
It was lots of damage.
Armoros. His armies.
Yeah, I think Armoros is... I think... That's actually something we can do in the next episode. I think Armoros is the weapon, or the Gnosis you have to transform to get Chaos's best weapon. With Dark Scepter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, if you can Dark Scepter one of these, you'll get the Holy Gloves, which is Chaos's best weapon. He's the only one that doesn't have his ultimate weapon currently.
Gotcha. Well, that should be fairly easy to do.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get that set up next time. At this point, I just want to make it... Ooh, point times 10. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, right now we're just trying to make it to a save point so we can...
We shall.
Safely extract
We
ourselves.
shall conclude.
Yeah. Excuse us.
Me.
Cut scene.
Cut scene. Okay.
This is the room where I was born. Oh.
Really?
What? This is where you were? It's a big room.
Mm-hmm.
Momo.
Mommy never told me what this facility actually was responsible for during the Miltian conflict. But I think I know. When I was born, Daddy died. If that vision was true, then what happened afterwards was... It's just like Mommy said. This is an abominable machine. A lot of people died because of my birth. Does that mean I'm an abomination as well? Just like Daddy?
Momo.
No! No parent could ever say that.
Shion?
Even though you're a Realian, you're still their child, right? No parent would ever think of their own child as abominations. Surely, there can't be any.
I wish that were true.
As do I.
Oh.
Hello. Hi, friendo.
Okay.
What's happening
He said
here?
it in such a weird spot.
I know. It's
Oh,
very
man.
strange.
Yep. So is the implication that Momo's creation is what summoned the Gnosis?
That does appear to be the implication, yes.
That's interesting. Because if that were the case, her being the prototype for the 100 series means that every 100 series would summon.
Depends.
I mean, theoretically, right? Because like, all I'm saying all that to get to the fact that Momo may have acted as like a prototype for the 100 series, but there's something distinctly unique about her specifically.
Yes, exactly.
That no other Realian would have for that to be the case.
Yes, exactly.
Which, I mean, we already knew that to some degree, but...
Well, here's the thing. We don't know enough yet about what summoned the Gnosis. But Mizrahi is generally regarded as the one who summoned them into the forefront of history. There were isolated incidents of the Gnosis before that, but then the Emulsion conflict essentially brought the Gnosis to the forefront, and Momo's creation was sort of part of that.
Yeah, I don't think I would have expected her creation to be a catalyst to that.
Right.
Now, admittedly, there's a whole lot going on around that same time. Because you have Kos-mos' creation that's happening relatively around that same time, and the incidents with that, and then you have, obviously, Momo's creation, you've got the Gnosis appearing, you've got a planet disappearing. Like... Yep.
It is very complicated.
There's a lot happening.
Indeed.
Found the elevator.
Yeah, and right down here is the final save point. So yeah, and we can see it here. Look at that. Unfortunately, there's no EVS plate on this one, so you can't do much here, but I'm going to go ahead and heal the party, and we're going to call it. We are very, very, very close to the final boss, so we'll be able to do that in the next episode. But yeah, lots to talk about, lots to discuss. So join us for our next episode where we finish up Xenosaga episode 1 and have a bit of a lore discussion, plot discussion, basically evaluate where we are now with this story, because this is just part 1 of a 3-part story. And again, it is interesting. This series was originally designed to be 6 parts, and so I think this part being kind of an experimental intro is probably pretty obvious to any of you that have watched this so far. It certainly has aspects to it that are very like, oh, that's weird. They were taking a chance there, weren't they? Stuff like that. But yeah.
Yep, lots. Hopefully we'll get some answers. I'm sure we won't get as many as we want, but we'll hopefully get some, and we can parse that out more later.
Yeah.
But
ending cutscene is very long as well, so we'll have a good length episode, but this one's very long. So hope you enjoyed, though.
Yeah. So we got our side quests out of the way. We got our final boss coming up, but outside of that, it's going to be the end before we know it.
Yes, indeed.
That being said, thank you so much for joining us today. We do hope you've been having a good time. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We've requested a few things, but obviously you can talk about whatever, including your favorite dessert. We just like having a chance to talk with you specifically. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, thank you for letting us be a part of your day, and we do hope it is a fantastic one, and we will catch you all in the final episode.
See you next time, everyone.
Bye-bye now.
Diddly diddly do 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 do. Thanks for watching.